Cheers.
Kayla, you want to show off your sticker?
It's so I know which one is mine.
And that's never going to fail you.
And you're drinking that without a straw, I see.
But strawless. I do have metal straws, but I honestly don't use them. I used to, but I don't use them.
Something about coffee, iced coffee to me feels like it would be done via straw.
It's criminal. Well, I feel like nowadays there's barely even straws, or you feel like this is criminal to be just drinking it out of the. Well, I've gotten used to it because nowadays there's a lot less straws around, now
Yeah.
that all of the cups have changed. But I used to be like straw, 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 iced coffee, straw. That's the obvious. But yeah, now that they have the new lids, and sometimes I'll like go to a coffee shop and I won't even grab a lid now, and I'll just drink the iced coffee. Like out of the I know
Oh
that
my
is
God.
well, I'm like, why waste a lid if I'm just sitting here, you know?
Yeah. That's crazy. I mean, you're right.
Yeah.
Are you sitting outside? Because then it's like outside's getting in your drink.
No, I'm usually sitting inside the coffee shop. If I'm going outside anywhere, I'm going to put a lid on the coffee. Actually,
Okay.
one time this has happened where I didn't grab a lid and then I was like maybe this much left and then I went to like walk and that felt weird. That felt criminal. I was like walking with a coffee without a lid and I was like this is goofy. I shouldn't be doing this.
I
Um
love I love your use of criminal as an adjective right now.
anything that's criminal is the most outrageous, just like
Yeah.
thing
Yeah.
possible. Yeah.
Well, it makes sense. It's
It's the
just not
definition.
it's not something you hear as an adjective all that often, and
Not unless
I
you're me.
no, yeah, that's a
Not
good point.
not unless you're me. Well, I did my assignment for the week. Yes, I did do it. Last week, we had been talking about Kayla asked me what my walk-up song would be, and I froze. I was just like this scared little kitten, you know, this lost puppy dog in the wild.
Her heartbeat was
Yeah.
racing.
Childhood trauma back to classroom and not knowing the answer. But I got through it. And by the end of the call, I still didn't have the answer because we were talking and I couldn't properly think about it. So it makes sense
And
drawing
that's
for
valid.
connecting the dots. But I told you I would come prepared this week.
Mhm,
And that I did. And that I had to feel it in my body. I had to live the walk up song. So
mhm.
yesterday, I went on a little walk with my AirPods through the neighborhood and I was like, what's my walk up song? And I was feeling confident and I was feeling ready to roll. And then it came on.
Oh,
I,
it
I
came
said,
on.
no, no,
Okay.
that was dramatic. But no, but I was scrolling through songs. You want to know where I was actually scrolling through? Your playlist, the oldies playlist that you've
Oh,
created,
okay.
because I felt like for a walk up song, it's not going to be something I listen to regularly. I feel like it's going to be a bit of a throwback hype. It's probably going to be something hip hop, rap. So I went through your oldies playlist, which you had it on Spotify. I transferred the playlist to Apple Music because I could
Oh,
transfer
really?
it. So it doesn't update with obviously what you're doing, but I have your full oldies playlist still. Anyways, because it's curated beautifully
Thank
from
you.
growing up and what it's entertained me multiple times. Um, so that was the playlist. I was like, this playlist is gonna be it's gonna have what I'm looking for, I think.
Eh
And then I saw one of the songs and I was like, yeah. And then it came on and I was like, yeah, this is
y
it. And it is Party Like a Rock Star by the Shock Boys.
Oh, that is totally I
Mhm.
think of you
That
when I think of
intro,
that song. Mhm. Yeah,
eh,
yeah, yeah.
totally do.
Dude,
That's it.
that song reminds me of you, and that makes sense. That makes
Yeah.
sense. I thought for a second, because I did the same thing. I answered the question last week thinking Gangsta's Paradise is a really strong contender. And then I sat with it, and it wasn't until like yesterday, too, I was like, okay, that is a strong contender, but I don't feel like my heart feels as connected to it as I need it to be for my walk up song. And then I realized I too went to my oldies playlist because I was like, what I need will be in this playlist. And then it did come on shuffle for me within that playlist.
Okay,
Um,
hell yeah.
And then it didn't surprise me either because when I used to be in sales, we all had walk-up songs for whenever we got a sale.
Of course
Uh,
you guys That's such a like, so
except
sales.
except I started at the company literally 2 weeks before everything shut down. So I never had a chance to actually live that in person. It
Would you
was
guys do it
so
over Zoom?
it was so lame. No, it was so lame. We on a Slack channel, there was this like automatic Slack channel that anytime a sale went through in Salesforce, it would automatically put it in that Slack channel. And so your picture would pop up. And then if you wanted to actually hear the song, so like nobody and their fucking mother was actually clicking on this in their workday. But if you wanted to hear the song, you had to click on a link underneath your picture, which would take you to a 30-second snippet of the song. So sometimes I would do it for myself because I loved the song I chose, but it ended up being the same exact song, which makes sense. But it's Kanye West's Good Life.
Okay, that's a good one. That's a great
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. That doesn't
Yeah.
shock me at all either.
Yeah.
Okay, that's really and I love that they were both the same one and you're like,
Both
it
the
brought
same
you
one.
back to that memory. Okay,
Cause I
I
even
like that.
think, cause it, yeah, I just, and I don't even know if I'd go so far as to say that's my favorite song on the album. I mean, it could be, but it's just, there's something about that song that just, it's like, it's my walk up song. It's my walk up
Yeah,
song.
I think my favorite song off that album is The Glory.
Yeah, yeah. I I actually think mine might be Good Life. But but then I was just I
But
was
The
trying to
Glory doesn't match up to, like, a walk-up song, like, I feel like
right
Good Life matches up to like,
to walk up.
it's about the context, yeah.
Exactly, exactly. It's like, do you feel like you're in your groove? Do you feel like it's a walk-up song? And I guess that could be subjective because some people choose country songs for the walk-up songs, and I'm like, that's not me. That's not my truth. But I don't like to each their own. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's how I
It's
feel.
consistently gonna be rap or hip hop, like, out of this gathering right here of the 2
Yeah.
of us.
Because it's gonna land in that genre. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I was
Ugh.
actually I don't know if I mentioned this to you, but I was just recently talking to one of my younger I was talking to Jake, my younger brother, and we were talking about memories that he has.
Well, let's talk about your sibling situation.
Okay. Yes,
Well, let's just give context. You have 2 siblings
2
that are
siblings
younger,
that are
1
younger.
sibling that's older.
One
Yeah.
sibling that's I was just kind of repeating, and then I was like, "No, 3 siblings, 2 younger twin brothers, 1 older brother." And one of my younger twin brothers regularly mentions how his memories are very blurry and he doesn't have a lot of memories from his childhood. And so we were talking about, well, what do you remember? And he was like, as far as good memories, I do have one very, very specific memory of you, Connor, AJ, and myself, all in AJ and him shared a room at the time, all in our room listening to Party Like a Rock Star with the lights off. And I'm like, yes, you're remembering this correctly.
Yep, that
Um,
tracks.
we were making a music video and we had our hip we were both Connor and I were in hip hop class together. And so it
I
tracks that
knew
our
where
walk
this is going. I knew the glasses were gonna come up.
so it tracks that our walk-up song would be hip hop. But we had these light up sunglasses that they were cool and they had a battery pack. And we took it a step further and we decided to make a music video to Party Like a Rock Star with my 2 younger brothers at the time. And then we uploaded it to YouTube and I've never been able to find that video since. It's like you didn't delete it, but it's not there.
I don't know where this YouTube account is. I don't know how to log into it. It's there
It's
somewhere. Who
there.
knows? But yeah, we were in a hip hop class together, and we did have a solo together. Remember that?
Mhm. I sure do. I sure do.
We did. We did some little handshake thing. We did a little dance. We had mesh, red mesh outfits
Yeah, just
on.
go into a little bit more description about that.
We had it was like one shoulder. We had maybe these black tank tops underneath, mesh, red pants. I want to say we had a little braid going. There was a little braid situation
Mhm.
somewhere. Maybe you had the braid. I don't know that I had the braid. And we had
No.
our light up sunglasses and we did a hip hop class. So Kayla has a little bit more could dance a little bit better than I could. And I think that was my first and last hip hop class that I've ever taken.
I don't even know, did our parents talk? Like, did our parents
They
talk, or did we
they
just sign
had
up
to
for the
have.
same hip hop
No,
class?
no, they had to have coordinated us being in this class together because there's no way. Kayla and I did a lot of different activities, random activities together as kids. We did camp, we did theater camp. We've definitely seen each other through humiliating things growing up. So
Although I will say, out of all the camps, out of all the activities we did together, I hated camp. So like a dance class,
Mhm.
I was cool with. I've always hated camp. There was something around the authority that I was under during a summer activity where I couldn't choose to spend my time the way I wanted to. And then I was just always, this still continues to this day. I'm just always a really sweaty, hot person. And so to like spend our days outside in 90-degree weather and me not have a choice to go in to any sort of AC, I hated it. But musical theater camp, we got to be inside a little bit more. Did I love theater camp? No. But did I like the fact that we weren't forced to be outside all day long and do recreational activities? I appreciated that. But you say humiliating, but Connor, you had quite the role in at least High School Music. So we were in two plays,
We
two
were in Jungle
musicals,
Book.
Jungle Book and High School Musical. And I would say Jungle Book was my moment. And High School
I was
Musical
a
was your
bush.
moment.
Oh my god.
In
Oh
Jungle
my
Book.
god.
Connor, Connor, don't get it twisted. You were a bush and you were part of the ensemble.
Yes. Yes. Oh, so funny. What were you exactly though in that you had
In
a
the Jungle
role?
Book,
Yeah.
I can't remember her name, but I was Mowgli's girlfriend.
Ooh, spicy.
Right? Like, is Mowgli the human? Mowgli is the human,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, I was the girl he liked.
Okay, yes.
It was a small role because really there's only two main roles in that, and it's Mowgli and the bear. And like other
Well,
than
also
that,
the well, there's the tiger. Tiger?
oh yeah, there's the tiger.
And then there's one other. There's the snake, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, the snake. Okay. So other than those four main characters, anybody else that had a role either was like a bush or, like then I feel like Mowgli's girlfriend was another human role that
It is a large ensemble situation that's going
play.
on there. Yeah, that makes sense. And then High School Musical, that has more characters within
That
it.
has a lot more characters, but in that said, you got to play Coach Bolton, which I just feel like is really on brand.
Yeah, they
The
made me
basketball.
oh, it was so on brand. It was perfect. I got to be Coach Bolton, the mom, who is the coach. Yeah.
Oh, they didn't make you a boy?
No, no.
Oh, they
Well,
made me I was the boy. They didn't
maybe I
change my role.
was.
I
Maybe
think
they
you were
didn't
like
change my role. Yeah, maybe I was just Coach Bolton. And then you were the guy on the team, Jason, right?
Jason who makes
Yep.
creme brulee. Yeah.
Yes.
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 And I
Yes. That
remember
was
like they did
fun though.
that year in camp was more fun
Mhm.
than the year of Jungle Book.
Yes. I guess they
And
weren't there was nothing humiliating about them, but we've just been through some funny times. Mm.
some funny times. Yeah.
Some
Other
character
than
building, some character building activities throughout our lives.
I like that. I like that. Other than hip hop, summer camp, and musical camp, have you and I done anything else together?
Girl Scouts.
Girl Scouts. Girl
Mhm.
Scouts. That was a big one.
That was. Even though what do we really do outside of just have to meet up at the
Well,
school one night a week? Or
well, Connor, you had to earn your badges.
right.
And we often did stuff as a group. So it'd be like one Saturday every other 5th week, the whole scout troop would
True,
get together.
true.
Yeah. Troop would get together and we would like, to this day, my mom will still sometimes bring this up, and I am 100% with her. But one of the weirdest fucking activities I think we ever did as a troop was take paper and crayons, and we went to a cemetery, and we it's so fucking weird. What was this teaching us? I don't know. But then
We had to
we
yeah.
had to put the paper on the fucking headstones and like color, and like that's so fucking weird. What were we doing for that? I don't know.
Dude, I have no fucking clue. I don't even know what that gets you. Is that disrespectful? Like,
Right, morally, I don't
I
know
don't
if
know. That was weird.
yeah.
That was weird. Besides that, like, we started to really obviously part ways on activities, but
We did volleyball and we did cheerleading together in middle school.
oh, yeah, yeah, we
Yeah,
did do
yeah.
those together. And then after that, I feel like you did cheer in high school, and then I went very much so all basketball, like, just
Yeah.
all in on basketball, so that was never gonna be overlap. And then besides that, I don't know, I wasn't really in anything else in high school.
Were you in any
Yeah.
clubs? No, not really any
No,
clubs.
no. You were in yearbook, right?
Yeah, but that was a class. I remember, like, going into it, I thought it would be a club, and I was just the whole me not enjoying organized activity spans across everything. It's not just when it's 90 degrees out and it's hot outside. So I didn't like clubs, I didn't like being in sports, and so when I heard of yearbook, I thought it was a club, and I was willing to join it as a club because that's how much I wanted to be a part of building the yearbook. But then I found out it was a class, and I'm so much happier it was a class just because it
Yeah, 2 birds.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. And that was a very fun class. I love showing up to that class every day.
I feel
Yeah.
like that'd be a good energy. And then also it brings in your scrapbooking
Yeah.
origins and roots.
There was a small class. There was only like 13 people of us. There's only 13 of us in the class. We all were either assigned a certain section. Like there was stuff we all worked on as far as putting it together, but then the extracurricular type stuff, we all got our own section. And I don't fully remember if everybody got to name what they wanted to do and they were just automatically given that. But I do remember I was really tight with my yearbook teacher, and I told him I wanted to do this idea of a selfie page. I feel like selfies had really just kind of like popped off as a concept.
Well, Instagram had just started
Right.
and Snapchat. While we were in high school, Snapchat and Instagram were both 2 new things
Yeah.
that happened.
Yeah. And he was like, "Yeah, take that idea and roll with it." So remember I had like I don't even know how it got around school, but I was like, "Send your selfies to me." Like I was just receiving selfies on the regular of people
Oh,
like within
okay.
the school. Yeah. And so especially because that section was literally just pictures, it felt very scrapbook-esque when I was putting it
Yeah.
all together. I didn't have to collaborate with anybody else. I just got to work on it, and I enjoyed that.
That's fun. And then
Yeah.
also to have different people send you all of their memories that were personal to them that they would want to be in there, not like a school photographer taking these
Yes.
at a school event and shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
That's cool. I didn't even realize that. When we were in high school, it was the wild, wild west of social media and new things like that. Twitter had just started, Instagram had started, and Snapchat, all while we were in high school. Snapchat was cutthroat back in the day. I remember you'd have your scores and you could see people who were Snapchatting. Oh,
And you had your top 3, your top 5 or whatever,
yeah.
and it wasn't like MySpace where you chose them, but you could like you could see who everybody was snapping, and so
Hmm.
yeah,
When a lot caused a lot of drama
it
at
sure
sometimes of
did.
like, why is this person Snapchatting this person so much? What the fuck are they talking about?
Yeah. Are they hooking up? Yeah. Connor and I have both deleted our Twitters, but I will say we were fucking hilarious on Twitter.
We were so fucking funny. It was like it was such a fun out like, it was what it should have been the entire time. It was so funny. It was also crazy having that in high school where it was before I don't know. a lot of the mental health, like knowing a lot of the side effects of social media because it was just started and it was fun. But it was also kind of the wild, wild west of what some people put up on Twitter and shit like that, where it's like, oh
Mhm.
my God, like people were talking about things that were like happening in the school. It was like, it was crazy how it kind of all like happened. And then, yeah, at the same time, it was like all three of these platforms at the same time that were all popping off. Interesting.
Yeah, and Facebook, I feel like Facebook was starting to it was not totally in its decline for this age group quite yet, but the rise of Instagram and Twitter, I feel like all of a sudden Facebook was no longer at the forefront for high schoolers.
Facebook became the parent and grandparent generation. I feel like once they all got on there, it was like a family affair on Facebook that was like, we don't just get to be socializing with our friends type of
Right,
thing.
like, we can't be youths anymore, you know,
Correct,
like
correct. It'd be like your grandma's like, "What is this?" You know? You couldn't do inside jokes or generational things or just stuff with your friends because other people were watching.
I don't know about you, but my I know this actually about you, that your nana is a little bit more technologically current than any of my grandmas, but my one grandma that was on Facebook, and she still is, but she's not on it regularly enough. I don't even understand how her feed shows her, because she goes on, I guess, on average at least once a month. She's going on at least once a month. There would be times where she would comment on something not totally a year ago, but like 8 months ago, and then remember it would bring that back up in the feed so that everybody would see that, and then it would be like, "Oh, honey, this is so cute," and it's something and I'm like, "Grandma."
There's something super goofy about having all generations on one platform. Yeah.
In fun, exciting news, I have my first of the big summer concert series next week.
Whoa, it's starting already?
Yeah, I'm going to see LMA.
Oh, yeah, you have her too. Oh, so you're seeing her
Yeah.
at Summerfest, right?
Yeah, I'm seeing her at Summerfest.
Is she playing, like, the main stage there, or
Yeah, because when I bought the ticket, I didn't know it was at Summerfest. It was before she announced her tour, and she had already released her album back in, I don't know, March. Yeah, March 6th. I saw this one-off show, and it was gonna be in Milwaukee, and I was like, "We gotta go." Then she ended up announcing her tour, like, a month or 2 later, and then I realized that, "Oh, I bought a ticket to Summerfest," which is fine. I guess I would have maybe preferred to, like, I guess I imagine it's gonna be the same set. I mean,
yeah,
it might not be the same stage, but it will be the same set of music. It's probably at a cheaper price too than what I would have seen her on her tour. So yeah, she's
probably.
headlining, and that means I didn't know how that worked either because I wasn't necessarily planning on going to Summerfest, but I guess if you buy the headliner ticket, you automatically get a general admission ticket. So therefore, I can go and enjoy any of the other stages earlier in the day, which now I'm gonna do that because I'm like, may as well, if I'm gonna be
Yeah.
there.
I feel like that's the nice thing about Summerfest. So Summerfest is kind of structured differently than every other festival. You can buy a general ticket and it's over like 3 weekends or something,
Yeah,
and the general ticket will get you into everything but the headliner, and it's significantly cheaper. You can buy it for the day, but then there's the headliners that are happening, and they're putting on, like, full shows inside where they're playing, and then, yeah, you can buy a specific ticket to see that headliner, which I think is kind of a nice structure. Like, it doesn't
yeah,
force you into buying a super expensive ticket to go see one person.
and I think I don't know how I want to explain this, but like if I'm thinking about, okay, well, if what if Lollapalooza did that? What if more music festivals did that? Are there cons for doing that for the music festivals that have a little bit more real estate in the music festival world and a little bit more attraction to them? Because I feel like Summerfest is a relatively tame music festival. Is that crazy to say, or what do you
Yeah,
feel?
I don't know, it's like it's structured so differently because it's not,
Yeah.
like, just in the middle of a field somewhere. It is more tame.
Is that where we saw Luke Combs? Was that Summerfest?
Yes, it was Blake Shelton, Luke Combs opened up for they were the headliner. Blake Shelton was the headliner, so we were in that arena area where
Okay.
the headliner goes, and then Luke Combs opened. So it was a full-blown concert, that was
Yeah.
happening still.
Yeah.
We also saw Nelly there.
Nelly. And I think that's
Mhm.
why I get confused because when we saw Nelly, it was not the same stage. And so
No,
the
Nelly was in
Nelly
the
stage
main.
was it was
Yeah,
smaller. Yeah.
yes, Nelly was just in the festival area, so we just had a general admission ticket, and we
Oh,
saw
okay.
Nelly. Like, we just went over to the Nelly stage. There were other performers going on.
Okay.
You
I
wanna know
didn't
what
know.
other concert we went to in Wisconsin that was good? Remember when we went and saw a Zac Brown band at Alpine Valley?
Yeah, that was
Like,
fun.
on the hill? That was
Yeah.
fun.
That was a good like venue.
Mhm. It was a great especially for
Yeah.
that type of
Tight.
music. Yeah. I'm, like, on the hill and being outdoors. I wouldn't wanna see Zac Brown band any other way or place, and they were really good live. That was a long time ago. That was in college.
Yeah. College. That was really fun. We went there on a bus, right? Because we were with a giant group of
Mhm.
people and we went there on like a
Mhm.
party bus. It was a fun vibe.
I'm trying to think of some of the others that we went to that were kind of funny. We went to LMFAO. You don't remember that, but we went in high school, and it was maybe at the United Center or Rosemont, one of the 2, um, and we saw LMFAO.
Are you sure that was me?
Yeah.
Was it
Maybe
just you
it
and
was.
me? I don't think that was
No.
me. Connor, I would
No, I
remember
think
seeing.
so. I think so. I think you
I
were there.
I don't think I remember because you were going to concerts for a stint. You were going to concerts with another one of our friends pretty often in high school, and I wasn't necessarily there for those.
Maybe it was. No, I think it was a bigger. It was like at least maybe you couldn't go. Maybe you couldn't go, and it was a few other friends. But I know it wasn't just that one friend. But it was like a group of people because they were free tickets, and but maybe you weren't there. But LMFAO
Yeah,
was a funny one.
because I feel like I I feel like I remember 99.9% of the people I've seen. Whether or not I can remember every detail from the concert, I can remember that I've seen them.
Yeah, that's fair. What about we went to
Um,
the Jingle Ball. I don't remember who performed there,
the
but
Jingle Ball or the B96 Summer Bash? Is that different?
they were different. Remember it was at, like, the United Center where we were in the suite for the Jingle Ball?
Yeah, I remember. And then who like headlined? Who were like some of the
I have
bigger?
no idea. I don't remember who actually performed there. But then, yeah, we had the B96 Summer Bash. That's where we saw who was there? Ludacris, T-Pain. Remember T-Pain saying, "Best Love Song"? So, okay, this was before this song came out. T-Pain played at the B96 Summer Bash. I wanna say we were it was the summer of us being in 7th grade going into 8th grade,
Mhm.
and we went, and he was up and he was like, "I'm gonna play an unreleased song," and then he played Best Love Song, and the vibes on that song, we were just like, "This is
The
such a great fucking song, such a great fucking song."
the whole crowd, the whole
The whole
crowd.
crowd drilled into our brains forever. We could not forget the fucking sound of that song, hearing it for the first time. Both of us were the same way, and we were just waiting and waiting and waiting it for it to be released. And I remember I used to be on different mixtape sites and different things that would have unreleased music or like LimeWire days, stuff like that. Like I would be able to kind of hunt down different things that were going on, and I would be on sites that would like surface all of the new music, all of the new mixtapes. So I was scouring the fucking internet. I was looking at it every week. Every week there was a new drop. I'm like, T-Pain, is this song out there? And then T-Pain like dropped a song. It
But it
wasn't this
wouldn't
song
be
because
best love song.
no, yeah, and
Yeah.
then we'd listen to it and we're like, "This is not the fucking song." And then finally, like a year and a half later, he drops the song and we're like, "This is the fucking song." And we were waiting for it and we were literally checking for it religiously to find this fucking song. And it was that drilled into our heads, we couldn't forget about it. I don't know what is injected to that song. I still think it's a great song.
That song, that first experience with it, because the B96 Summer Bash, it was outside, and nobody knew that you didn't need to know the song. It was like just one of those songs where an artist is gonna sing it. Sometimes the crowd, because they don't know the lyrics and you can't sing along, like you can only be so interactive with it. But that song just has, like you said, it's injected with fucking Euphoria. The song makes me feel euphoric. It's the music mixed with the vocals and what he chooses to do with that, and then what it's saying. It's just a very high vibrational song, in my opinion. And that moment when we were all listening to it, I remember like he had everybody in the crowd doing this, the whole crowd in unison. And then I remember the day that finally dropped. It's not that he didn't drop any music. He dropped music many times throughout that year and a half, and we were always just filled with so much disappointment because we were like, "What the fuck? You have a banger of a song you're sitting with, and why aren't you releasing that one?" And yeah, to this day, anytime that's a no skip song for me. Every time that comes on shuffle, it's a no skipper.
Great song. Great
Yeah,
song.
great song.
Oh, and the way we found it was so good.
Yeah,
But yeah,
that concert itself is just a really funny memory.
it
Um,
is a funny memory. I wanna
yeah.
see who else was there? B96.
Yeah, so Ludacris, T-Pain.
What year would that have been? 2011?
I can't do, like, school year math to
I'm gonna find this.
okay.
Oh my god. No way.
Share with the class.
I think it was 2011. Damn, this is a crazy lineup. Pitbull, Chris Brown, Lupe Fiasco, T-Pain, Big Time Rush, Carrie Hilson, Jay Sean, New Boys, Cody Simpson, Joe Jonas.
Wait, Ludacris wasn't on that list, though.
Let me check 2010.
Because I feel like I would have remembered seeing some of those people.
We know T-Pain was there.
T-Pain. I don't remember Joe Jonas or Chris Brown or Lupe Fiasco.
Okay. We were there. That was 2011. We were there in 2010,
Okay.
I think, because he played 2010 and 2011. And 2010, damn, I guess we should have gone in 2011 too. Okay. 2010, this feels more right. It was T-Pain, Ludacris, Jason Derulo, B.O.B., Tayo Cruz, Ayaz, and Cascada. This is right. This is where when we went. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Who did you say right before B.O.B.? Jason Derulo.
Mm.
Yeah. I remember
Jason
Jace
Derulo.
Jason Derulo, he was in his prime at the time. Like, he
Mhm.
was at his prime, and I remember seeing him was I think when we went, I was more excited to see I think was Ludacris a surprise guest, or did we know going into it he was gonna be there?
No, we knew he was gonna be there.
I think I was most excited for Ludacris and Jason Derulo, and today's version of Kayla is like, no, it's T-Pain. Like,
Yeah.
T-Pain is yeah.
B.O.B. was pretty big at the time too. I remember I was excited about that. I wanna
Yeah.
say we saw B.O.B. too at Six Flags. Remember when Six
Mm,
Flags had their fucking concert
yeah.
series there?
But we saw Mitchell Musso. Um,
Yes, yes. He was in
there was
that
this
band, right?
no, he was solo, but
Okay.
we saw a boy band too that I don't remember the name of.
Yeah.
Um, and I don't know if we ever saw B.O.B. If we did, I don't think I ever saw B.O.B. at Six Flags, but you might
Okay.
have.
I don't know.
Um,
Some of it mixes together with I don't know.
we've been
I'm not gonna stand 10 toes on the ground saying that it's not B.O.B. I'm really not.
we did meet Mitchell Musso's mom,
Yes, I remember
which was
that.
pretty dope. Um, I'm not gonna stand 10 toes down on B.O.B. at Six Flags.
I'm really just not going
Uh,
to.
okay.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah,
But yeah, we did see some interesting stuff.
we did. We did. Cheers to our concerts.
Just to our concert. That's just a handful of them, I feel like.
You didn't cheers.
Mm, there we go.